Welcome to another episode on this Saturday on another podcast with me, Ahmed Shahid, and also Elizabeth. I think this is our first time chilling together, right?
Properly, yeah.
On set.
On set.
Yeah, we chilled before a lot. A lot of flat white. Or like once flat white.
That was the first time.
That was the first time we met.
Yeah.
On flat white. However, I'm really glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
A proper welcoming, actually.
Proper. Because proper in England was a proper welcome.
Yeah, she told me it's like, what, this is a southern accent?
Southern.
Southern, right?
There's so many different types of English accent. You can't just
stick to it. I thought it was like the general one. Excuse my ignorance, but you know.
No, there's northern, there's southern, there's
What's your favorite?
Geordie. Favorite,
Ew.
No.
She just said it just like, ew.
No, favorite maybe,
What is it?
No, I actually like the Irish accent.
You like the Irish accent?
So that's not English, it's Irish, right?
Okay.
But it's so cool.
Oh.
I can't do it, but Irish people.
All right, shout outs to them.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? You had a great one?
Yes, I did. I had a staycation.
A staycation?
I did.
I think also Shad is having a staycation.
Is she?
I sent her a text. She's like, I'm out of town. I was like, what do you mean you're out of town? She's like, I'm having a staycation in Banana Island. Well, big shout outs to you. Yeah, she's having a great one. You want to tell us about your weekend? What did you do?
This weekend I was chilling at the Westin, Doha. So
Okay.
it's kind of a new hotel in Al Sadd. A hidden gem, I call it.
Yeah.
It's because we did a Doha Women Forum midweek.
Okay.
And so it was kind of a chilling
Women
session.
Forum.
Yeah.
Is it like empowering women somehow?
Yes, it is.
Yeah?
I love how you did that.
Empowering women.
Yeah.
I think we've been talking a lot about empowering women.
Yeah.
Only the episode we didn't was with G Valentino, and
That was empowering men. That was empowering men.
it causes a fuss all over the comments. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Women don't like it whenever we talk about
It's all
empowering men,
good.
huh?
It's all good. We can do another one with women
Yeah.
and men, and then have it.
G
get
Valentino
mixed up.
has to be there.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
Have a mix-up.
Yeah. What do you think? He agrees. He doesn't. So tell us a bit about this Women Forum. What is it about? Is it like the first time?
No, so it happened. So this is the second
Is this
one.
it?
Yeah, this is it. So I brought that just to show off.
Why you never gave me one?
Well, you weren't around. You were supposed to turn up.
We need to fix this relationship. Liz.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so this is the Women Forum brochure, if you can't see it
Yeah.
properly.
In a nutshell, I'll tell you a little bit about it. We had a gathering at the Westin Doha of hundreds and hundreds of women from Qatar with different backgrounds, so inspiring people, entrepreneurs, vloggers, bloggers,
Well, you want to take a picture?
coaches. Here you go.
Oh, the camera.
The
There's so many
camera.
cameras. I just don't know.
Yeah,
what
there's
to
one there and there's one there.
There's one there. All right, so yeah, you were telling me?
So, what we try to do is gather inspiring women from different backgrounds to try and, everyone has a different person that they resonate with. So, for example, a single mom might resonate with someone who's made it big as a single mom. A highly focused career woman with no kids and maybe she's single but moved here when she was young, she'll have a different story for those types of people to resonate with. So we had so many different speakers on the stage, about 8 to 10 awesome speakers, and we had a panelist of young entrepreneurs, older entrepreneurs, people who survived breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
So it was it was a very inspiring day, and it was just full of energy.
Was it all women, though?
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Was there
all
like
women.
men in the audience?
There was.
Supporting hubbies?
Yes, supporting people. My husband was the photographer, and we had few, yeah. Like one lady in the audience called us out, and she said, "Look, why aren't there any men here?"
Yeah.
Said it doesn't mean that this is a women's only event. It means it's to empower women, but we need men to be there.
Okay.
Maybe the next time we can.
Is it like a sign saying that women can't be empowered without men?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Under the lines, you trying to say that?
Not at all.
We don't want them to. So tell me more about it. What is it like? Where did you get? You're the founder of it?
So I'm not the founder. The founder is a company called Future 318, and she saw potential in me as I opened Inspire Me and my own coaching practice. So she thought that if I could be the host of the event, I'd also be host partner, and we could collaborate together to bring something full of energy, and we'd combine our,
I wish we could have sent her an invitation. She could have joined us.
I know, she's
But
awesome.
with the audio difficulty, she's probably going to be sitting here like...
So that's the other thing, like we're sharing a mic right now, guys, okay?
So she's probably going to be sitting here in between us. But
yeah, she's awesome. She pulled everything together. Okay. She saw the light in me, so to speak, and brought me on board. So I have her to thank, to be honest. Her name is Conchita Ponce. So if you're listening, shout out to you from Future 318.
Okay, big shout out to you, Conchita.
Yeah, Conchita.
Okay, I like that name, actually.
It's cool, isn't it?
Where's she from?
Philippines.
Philippines, all right.
So her story is basically that she had a full-time job, and she left it to pursue her dream to open her own events company, which is exactly what she did.
Okay.
So when I told her that my story is similar, and I had a full-time job, and then I decided to open my own company, she said, we need to work on this together because we've got something special, something that we resonate with each other. And that's how that was, the rest is history, really.
Okay. So like, you told me this is not the first time it happens, right?
No, so the first one was in 2015, which I wasn't a part of because we've only met each other recently. And she said, I wanna host the next one. And make it bigger on a grander scale, have more people involved. We had sponsors this year, so...
I've seen pictures of it. It looked really...
it was awesome.
It looked like a major graduation, you know what I mean?
It was crazy, wasn't it?
I was waiting for the diplomas to get handed.
Have a look at... So, whoever wants to know more about it, just have a look online for Doha Women Forum 2018. And you can also check out my Instagram page, Inspire Me QA.
Okay, definitely.
To know more about it.
So tell us a bit about the audience. I mean, like the participants.
Okay, so the energy was crazy. Like all these crazy women in the audience. Everyone was pumped. Everyone was excited. Because when you have loads of inspiring women in the room, everyone else then rubs off on that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of familiar faces. Asil.
Yeah. Who else did you see?
Asil, Nawal,
Anahi.
Anahi was there. I love the accent. Every time Anahi talks,
that's the first thing I said. I said, Latina, you're on fire.
She's like, I hope she's watching this.
Nawal was there. Lulu, Muhammad Ali. Empower World, Marie, the Master Certified Coach.
All right.
There's lots of people. Harriet, you've heard of Harriet because everyone keeps posting about Harriet, and you're like, who's Harriet?
Who's Harriet? We need to meet Harriet on a real level, on scale. You know, it's actually been a very interesting weekend. It's also the UN. There's a lot of stuff happening around. It's a very intense weekend, but have you been following that?
No.
Yeah?
I've been chilling. I've been chillaxing.
You've been chilling in the West End. Even though when I called her, she's like, I'm just checking out right now. And I'm
checking out, like, leave me alone.
And I'm like, really? Why is everyone having fun in this? This guy ran away to California. She's in Banana Island. You're chilling in the West End. Listen, we need to figure out our life, Kiko. At some point.
With my pugs.
With your pugs.
You guys need to have a
little staycation together.
Yeah, staycation.
What do you think? Yeah. But yeah. So what did you talk about on the forum?
So my job.
Just shifting away.
I was the host.
Okay.
So
did you do a speech?
I didn't do a speech.
Why not?
No, I didn't do a speech. I wasn't a speaker, although that my name tag said that I was a speaker. I was the host, and I basically opened the forum, and I did a shout out to the GM of the Western, and then he did opening remarks, and then I welcomed the first keynote speaker, which was Asma Al-Thani, the Qatari girl who skied to the North Pole.
Oh.
So that was a really nice opening one, very inspiring, got everyone's attention. Then thanked the sponsors. So I was the MC basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never actually. How did it feel? Was it your first time doing MC?
It was officially on this big scale. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I tried to make it mine, if you get what I mean. Like I tried to own it, but at the same time,
very natural, as if it's the first time you do it.
And at the same time, people want to know you behind.
Did you feel like you're different on stage than in reality?
Somehow not.
Like, did you grow a character?
No, I was chill. No, I wasn't on character. I was myself.
I always grow a clumsy character when I'm on stage.
Clumsy?
Yeah.
No, I felt like I was myself. I gave the audience the opportunity to get to know me by dropping things about myself each time I went up.
Okay.
For example, it started slow, and I was like, I'm the owner of Inspire Me, like really chilled. And then later, as we got through the show, I was like, yeah, I used to do this when I was a delinquent young person. And then that would make people smile because I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So just trying to be myself really and resonate with people.
So regarding the forum, what did most of the speeches or the talks
revolved around personal stories, so of being your authentic self.
Okay.
So it kicked off with challenges. For example, like Asma was talking about how when she first said, I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
That's in Nepal, right?
I think so.
Is it?
Mount Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro.
I think I've seen a movie about that, right?
Yeah.
The guy that like gets his like toes frozen.
It could be any of those.
And I can remember him screaming like, "Save me!"
Oh, I don't know.
You know, and I was like, okay, it was a weird film though.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but she.
I think that's on in Nepal, or no?
Could be.
Yeah. However, just
check on geography, guys. Yeah. She basically talked about.
Actually, no, that's Mount Everest. That's like the highest top. You never saw the movie Everest?
Oh.
It's like a random little American guy that quits his job and just feels like by climbing Mount Everest he'll discover himself.
I've seen a few, but I don't know if it's.
That's how Hollywood brainwash you to quit your job and somehow pursue a weird adventure.
Not sure.
I thought about it. I thought about going to Africa and feed a couple of elephants just for a living. You know what I mean?
Let us know when you do that. Yeah.
I'll be a part of it. All right. So you were saying.
So she spoke about real challenges, being her authentic self. That what happens is, the culture, the people say, oh, you can't do that. Women can't, not from Qatar anyway, can't climb mountains. Okay. Who would go with you and that type of stuff. So she went into the reality, the authentic issues and challenges that come up with when you want to pursue your dreams. People telling you shouldn't, you can't. How
especially
will
being
you?
A woman, right? In the Middle East.
That too.
You barely can do anything.
Yeah. Well, she did.
Yeah.
So the point is, it's like how she overcame that, and so that was inspiring for everyone in the room, because even if you might not be from that background, you might not be Qatari, you might not have climbed a mountain, but we've all got our own mountains, we've all got our own struggles and challenges, and we've probably been through something similar.
Okay.
So you asked the question, what did it entail? And it basically entailed people's real life stories, and the audience then could resonate back to, things like being, I wasn't assertive before and now I'm more assertive, and I did that because I went through this. And then the people in the audience can resonate and be like, oh, that happens to me all the time. I don't have my own boundaries. I don't know when to say no. I always say yes.
Yeah.
And so on, that type of thing.
That's actually very inspiring, to feel like you're sharing a room with a lot of women that have been through a lot, and then yet again, this personal experience somehow puts them into that like person who they are today.
Yeah. And a lot of them were, what I felt from the stage as well was a lot of them were giving, engaged, so they were nodding, they were clapping, they were excited, so they could relate. Yeah, I think so. I think it was really empowering.
Is it the pain that drives people to success?
Sometimes pain,
really,
motivator. You've got pain as a motivator as well as
so rarely happy people achieve anything.
I don't think that's true either. Yeah, because I'm a happy person.
Because it kind of contradicts with the idea of like positive energy and like living happy. I mean, if you notice that a lot of people, reach success through pain and suffering.
You have a really good point, because...
So if I'm happy all the time, would I actually make it?
No, for me, like tests or trials, tribulations, grief happens for you to move your butt.
Okay.
And if you're learning as you go through that, then you're winning and then you're growing. So a lot of the time, bad things happen for great things to happen later, if you see it that way. Okay. That's what I think.
So it's a very deep moment. So that's why I like zoned off, and I'm like.
Yeah. No, for me personally, like the reason that I jumped in the deep end, I quit my job and I opened my company was literally because I wasn't happy. After I gave birth and had a baby, I thought I can't just leave her at home with a nanny or a nursery, because it's my job and my responsibility to take care of her. Okay. So she was my guts, if you get what I mean. Yeah. So she was my realization that I'm not happy because I want to be with her and I want to raise her. At the same time, I want to have a career and I want to make money. Okay. It's life. So I thought I need another solution, and that's when I said I need to work on my own time, quit my job, opened Inspire Me, and then I could work on my own time, at my own pace, and still raise a family.
How did that go?
It was awesome. It was probably the best milestone in my life. So
you feel like, were there a lot of women, like mothers in that forum? Did you feel like there was
I think so, yeah. It was a mixture of all sides, all ages. All
like people. Motherhood can't really stop you from achieving your goals.
I think.
Because, it became such a
cliche.
A cliche that being a mother would really stop you from being you, the woman you're destined to be.
That's so interesting, because for me it was the opposite. Okay. I didn't have the guts to quit my job when I was single and didn't have a baby to think about. Okay. Which was when you think that you should be doing what you always wanted to do because you have no other obligations. Okay. Type of thing. But actually, it took for me to get married and have a baby to be like, whoa, I need to be doing something else. Okay. and living my truth or whatever.
Okay. So you feel like this kind of like pushed you to be you?
She was my guts, yeah. Having a baby, or being a mom, pushed me to be me. My real me. The real me.
That's actually not very common to hear, by the way.
Yeah.
Like being around the modern day idea of feminism and like empowering women, you always notice that.
You hear the other side of the story.
The other side of the story, like...
I'm a career-driven woman, I can do it on my own and all this stuff.
Like the idea of just, settling down, not even having a family, just settling down, having... a partner and stuff would actually tackle your success, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, it doesn't really have to be that way. It's just, it could work for you, but it doesn't mean it has to work for anybody. But at the end of the day, we're like humans and we need support. We can't do anything on our own, right? Like everything on our own. We need constant support at some point, right?
True.
But to feel like being there in a room and relating to a lot of people who went through the suffering, very hard hardship, especially as a woman in 2018, it's like... Going back to the topic,
being a man in 2018.
Being a man in 2018. I feel like it's being hard just being a human in 2018, you know what I mean?
Depends how you look at it. I don't see it as hard.
Really?
No. I see it as, it is what it is. There's nothing hard and there's nothing easy. It just is.
I feel like there's a lot of hardships. There's a lot of limitations. There's a lot of social barriers. A lot of stuff that stop you from being you because you do not want to somehow shame the cultural background you come from, you know what I mean?
Isn't that called projection though? Isn't that the way you see it because you feel like you're limited or you'd be, I don't know, playing with fire when it's this cultural thing that you just spoke of? Like for me... Okay, if we're gonna... What you just said... Worried about the social taboo. Okay, so if I what's the am I allowed to say
no. she's like am I allowed to say? I was like no.
You don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, if I suppressed myself if I suppressed myself by, for example, like me and growing up in England, being from the UK, if I suppressed my real self and decided that, I'm not going to choose this particular faith or I'm not going to choose this particular way of dress because society and my parents and all the people that know and love me would disown me, then I would be doing myself an injustice by not doing what I really want to do. So then, if you really want to be yourself, you have to step out of that and make a decision. There's a cost and there's a benefit. What is it costing you to be your true self?
A lot.
Is it more, are the costs more than the benefits of when you are being your true self?
So you're saying I need to weigh it, and if I lose more than I win, then I shouldn't do it?
Well, it's on you, but that's the way I see it.
Okay, what would you do if you had like more to lose than to win?
Oh, if I had more to lose, then I wouldn't do it because I have more to lose.
Okay.
But then it's all that question, what is it costing you?
But does it actually matter to lose these things? You know.
That's it. Does it matter?
Yeah.
Does it really matter? For the purpose of being your authentic true self, does it matter?
Because you know what, sitting around this weekend, I had a lot of friends. They were like, I'm thinking of moving out, starting somewhere new. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of them, they actually fear the idea of starting somewhere new because they're like, I'm gonna lose a lot, like my stability, my friends, and then I'm gonna start somewhere new. What if I don't make it? Yeah. What if I'm gonna end up homeless? All these fears.
But those are all what ifs. How do you know if you don't try?
True. And a lot of us, we just don't want to get out of our comfort zone. You know?
I know, I love this topic of comfort zone because when you're too comfortable, you don't grow.
Yeah.
But then what if you try and you succeed? Okay, what if you try and you fail?
Okay. We got a message here. We can't hear you very well.
They can't hear us. Oh, no.
Let me try here. See if Keith can fix it. Let us know if you can hear us.
Is it both of us that you can't hear or is it only me? Because, I'm really trying to project my voice. How about now?
Technically. Wait, let me see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Both of you a bit far. Okay, well.
Should we turn it up?
Try to turn it up a bit. Let us know when you can hear us well.
Is it picking up here from the side as well?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We do apologize for that. We're just having a couple of technical issues. But hopefully by next episode, everything will be settled. That's the beauty of media. You always got to make that bright, perfect image, but we can't always give you that perfect
I told him, I said, be authentic. No one cares about the fact that we're sharing one mic.
Yeah, we had a debate. I was like, no, we need to look perfect. I mean, what is perfect?
We're being real. We're being real. Things happen.
Yeah, things happen. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
But what were we saying? Let us know if you can't hear us, by the way. Just
we were talking about fear of failure versus fear of success. What's worse?
I don't know. I'm actually, I can't answer that because even I am like battling about that, you know, because most of the times I'm like, what if I do this, start somewhere new, start a new page, and then halfway I'm like, what if I don't make it? And then I'm just left being like 35 and like...
That's the cost. You just said it. I'm left being 35 and not
counting pennies to see if I can afford a Starbucks or not. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want that.
But then what's the cost on the other side if you don't go and make that move and try and become this best version of yourself and see if you make it?
What's something challenging that you go through on a weekly basis?
Weekly basis, something challenging. Building my business, to be honest.
Okay.
But challenging in a good way, like challenging me to succeed, challenging me to push it to the next level.
Okay.
Get more clients, give more value at my workshops and stuff like that.
Okay.
To keep the momentum for me, to keep it going, to keep high on energy and remember and remind myself why I did it.
What about on a personal scale, like between relationships, friends, families?
For me,
do you always try to, like for me, I always try to be relaxed, more forgiving. I try not to get, you know, because family sometimes get really irritating, you know what I mean? Especially when you're growing old and like you always have to deal with different members and families and then not everyone really, but so what, you try to control that peaceful pace where you continue being positive.
That's yours? That's your challenge?
Yeah, that's my challenge, for example. I'm trying to be positive.
Okay, so for me...
Even my daily relationships with like friends in the street. Like that day, I had this guy who literally just like turned on me with his car. Like, horrible turn, right? And then when I stopped next to him by the traffic light and I was like, excuse me. And he's like, you were going under the speed limit. And I was like, you know what?
But that's a stranger.
Yeah, a random stranger. Okay. And I was like, there's no need for us to have a fuss. I was very proud of myself because I was like, it's okay, things happen.
So you acknowledged.
I did.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, let's just forget about it. And I hope you have a great day. He didn't like it. He's like, and then he
was that something new? And you
something new.
And you wouldn't have done that before?
Previously, I haven't done that before. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow. So I've been challenging myself to deal with these things on a daily basis. Really, you know?
So for you, it's more like awareness of you personally developing yourself to be more calm, less stressy?
Yeah, less stressy. Because I'm a very stressy person.
Oh,
to be honest. Like, my main issue is being stressed. And when I try not to be stressed with everything, it became a challenge for me.
Okay, so you're like fighting with your real self.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay, so I guess I'm the opposite of you then.
You're too chilled.
Too chilled. So there's a good thing about being chilled, but the bad thing is that people kind of think I'll always say yes and she's gonna be okay. Yeah. She's a chiller. She's not gonna mind. So my issue or my challenge is...
You like scream at some point?
No.
You never had that?
Assertiveness, as in boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this, like, we're quite close now, right? But it's because we've got means to an end.
Okay.
So the old me would have been like, oh, it's okay, yeah. And I would have been like, yeah, it's okay. And I would have been... it's a bit too close, it's okay. Now I was telling you, chill, just stay over there.
Yeah.
I don't mind now because I'm being my real self and I can tell you without feeling bad that you're going to think that I think something bad about you.
Okay.
You get me? Boundaries. I've learned boundaries. I've learned to be a bit more assertive, to be able to say no. But my real self says, oh, it's not really a big deal. The intention is good. Okay. You know, this type of stuff. So my challenge is kind of the opposite of yours.
Oh. Well, it's definitely
too chilled.
Everybody has different challenges.
What are you guys? Too chilled or too aggro? Aggro means aggressive, by the way, in like English slang.
Oh, really?
Aggro. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Stop being aggro, eh?
Stop being aggro, yeah.
Eh? Did you say A by the end of it?
No, just... No, not A. That's Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
We don't say A.
How do you say it? I'm sure there's something that's being said by the end of it.
No, aggro. Being a bit aggro.
Say it to me in the most English way possible.
In it, mate.
In it. Yeah.
One guy said, depends how much coffee I had in the morning. dude, I had like 4 cups of coffee yesterday and I almost screamed my lungs off.
Yeah.
So I was like, but like daily challenges for me now, I think the more you grow old, the more different the challenges are.
Yeah.
And you might win some, you might lose some. But for me, my main concern is to be motivated to continue a healthy living pace, because mental state, if you're not healthy throughout your mental state,
You can get sick.
you can get really sick. For me personally, I'm talking on a personal level, I've been really less motivated to go to the gym, less motivated to read, less motivated to write. And the only reason I do that is because on a mental level, I'm quite stressed. And then I was like, what are the things that are stressing me and how can I tackle them, right? And I try to deal with these things on a daily basis. And I try to, for example, do different sceneries to relax. You know what I mean? I developed some sort of a case of constant stress, starting from the age of 25 up to now 27.
Okay.
Previously, I was actually a very relaxed, calm, careless kind of person. You know what I mean? Temperate, but on a daily basis, I'm more chill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, like, can I actually tackle these in a couple of years? That's a question that I've been challenging myself on a daily basis. Sometimes I somehow relate that to the field that I studied, because I majored in politics, and I believe that a lot of people share the same issues with me in politics. Like noticing that my colleagues, fellow
People in your field.
people in my field, they share this same trauma. Like they're always stressed, and I wondered why. Is it because you somehow always seek betterment, and somehow what is in theory is not really in reality, and it causes you more, you know what I mean?
Listening to that, what I'm getting
Yeah.
is that, when someone's really into justice
Yeah.
and hates it when people are misjudged or discriminated against,
True,
and it's
true.
not working out, you can't save everyone, but you want to.
Technically, yeah.
Right. So people who not necessarily have studied politics, but those who have the same
Social studies, maybe,
Yeah.
in general.
But anyway, whatever you studied, if someone is really careful and cares a lot about how other people are being treated, usually this is a stress issue for them.
True, because I remember before graduating, I asked this person who studied sociology, and I was like, so what did you feel like you learned? He's like, nothing. I feel like the only thing that I learned is that we got taught something in a perfect world, but then when you come out to reality,
It's not reality.
It's not reality.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh. I didn't know what to answer to that. So I was like, well, I hope you have a great career.
on stress,
Yeah.
you can choose.
Not to be stressed?
Yeah, you can choose.
No, I went and got a cat.
Oh, okay. So that's your stress mechanism or whatever
Didn't
it's
help
called.
much.
Yeah. Did it?
No, not really.
Okay.
Especially when it wakes you up 4 a.m. in the morning to eat dry food.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe I'll get a pug. I'm looking at Kiko. But yeah, so how can I tackle that? You're somehow like a life coach kind of person. Really?
Somehow a life coach, yeah.
You got that in you. But seriously, no, I'm actually asking you genuinely.
Genuinely. What I picked up on was you said you're not motivated to go to the gym, to write. What was the other thing you said?
Read.
To read. The things that you used to love are kind of
Technically.
Okay. Ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Because you're definitely not doing it.
Really?
I don't think so.
I've been thinking about that, actually. I've been thinking of doing... What was I passionate about?
No, what are you currently passionate about that you're not doing? Because you're not waking up with energy.
As random as this sounds, I've been watching a lot of animal documentaries. And I
Okay.
really want to be the narrator in the comments.
That's what you were going to say before we went live?
I'm not lying.
Okay.
And I was like, how can I really get into this business? I was like, and now Simba walks to the field.
Okay.
He's attacking the lions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Don't you like that? Does it give you goosebumps?
Yeah, but
to
there's
watch
something that you're not doing. If it's that, it's
flying through Africa and looking at the east.
It's your truth. It's your truth. That can be it. It could be something else.
It could be.
But usually when people don't wake up in the morning fresh and energized, it's because they're not chasing anything. You don't have a deadline.
Okay, so you're like goalless, basically.
Are you?
Me?
What's your goal then?
Technically, yes, I am a goalless.
Right, so you need to create some goals for yourself.
Is that what keeps you
Shaheen.
going? What is that?
It's like, my...
Your piece?
Yeah.
Can we burn some of these candles at some point?
We can.
Maybe we'll try.
We can.
So, what is your goal? Like, for you to have a successful kind of like business, be a mother, stuff like that?
Be a mother.
Be a mommy.
Okay, so my personal goals are to successfully raise a very independent, strong-minded girl when she becomes a woman, to stand up for herself, but at the same time be feminine and, you know, to be a woman. Okay. Well, that's so far away. She's only 2. But the point is, it starts from now. And things like morals, instilling values. So that would be the main goal, obviously.
And social media really doesn't help shape you that sometimes. Relating to like social media. Actually, I'm a pro of social media, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But sometimes being constantly on social media and then viewing how others are actually doing things could actually lead you to stress. Like, oh, okay, it puts you on that time pace where you always need to be on a rush. Like, oh, I need to achieve something. I need to be doing this.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? And then I actually told that to a friend yesterday, and I was like, I really believe that society puts so much pressure on people to achieve things. Like, you don't need to be constantly worrying about achieving something. How about you just relax? Like, acknowledge the idea of relaxation, acknowledge the idea of rest. You know, rest. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to be successful. You don't always have to be constantly. If you're comfortable in where you are, as a person who has, like, for example, a normal day job that pays well, you're living and you're happy about that.
If you're okay with that, then that's all good. It's for the people that are like, I can't do this anymore. But I need something more.
But the pressure is that it's not okay anymore. You know what I mean? Like, social media puts that pressure, and then you got all these positive speakers on. So social media turned into this little positive book that everybody says constant positive things without acknowledging the reality, the realism
of it. Okay.
Everybody's became such a moral.
Well, that was the other.
What's the word? Like
all happy poker face or
poker
whatever.
Face, you know, constantly like smile and don't turn away. I'm like, stop it. You know what I mean?
It depends on the social media channel, because there are some real people out there that say, look, I'm having a crappy day. This has happened, but I don't want to be a downer on everyone else who's watching me. But if I can help someone out there who's going through that, then I will, by being myself.
True, like people. Just be. But what's that guy who always used to send me his videos? What's his name?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Do you like him?
I do, actually, because he's a realist. You know what I mean?
I like him a lot.
The guy is a realist.
Yeah.
Like, you rarely find people like Russell Brand was a realist. You constantly, these social media celebrities or influencers are like shoving us with too much positive energy.
Yeah.
And sometimes positive energy, too much of it, can actually be toxic.
What do you guys think about that? What do they think? Because is it bad to be too positive, and is it bad to be too negative, like to push all your complaints out as well? What about a healthy balance? True.
Like, I would, like, personally, I'm as real as I get. Like, on a daily basis, if I'm not feeling well, I would actually acknowledge the fact that I'm not feeling well. And if I'm feeling really joyous, I would acknowledge the fact that I'm being joyous. Because being a human, you're not meant to be constantly happy. You're not meant to be constantly sad. And if you are happy constantly, then is like some sort of an issue in you or something?
Possibly.
Do you need to get checked or something like that?
Possibly. But that's emotional intelligence.
Okay.
When you acknowledge your emotions, you might be having a downer day versus celebrating in success, celebrating in your sadness. It's okay. So, what do you guys think?
Well, some guy, I'm still stuck on that comment, coffee. Depends how much coffee I had.
Well, it's interesting though. So at the Doha Women Forum, we had 2 speakers. One was social media and responsible use of social media.
Okay, what about that?
It was awesome. It was by the owner of What's Up Doha, Zunira Malik.
Okay.
She spoke on how there were 2 different types of speeches. One was by her, and that was on responsible use of social media, and that if you're constantly on your phone, then detox is definitely needed, because it takes you away from the real life. If you've got your kids right in front of you and all you're doing is taking pictures of them, you're not enjoying the moment, or they will get used to you seeing you being on the phone all the time, so it will become this kind of barrier. It's like when people are so distracted with technology, or like you said, the fake posting, this is me when I'm happy, but I'm not really.
That perfect moment,
and then the expectation, someone who doesn't have that thing is going to be sad that, I can't afford that, and she's got such a great life. So, you know, expectations. So she did a talk about that, and then Lulu Hamad Ali, her name is Ala.
Okay.
She calls herself Lulu. She spoke about success through social media, that you can grow your business responsibly through social media. So there were 2 sides of the coin.
Okay.
One was pro social media, if you really know how to do it and use it well and increase the followers and then somehow increase your business and your exposure. And then the other one was like responsible use of social media, how it can be great, but we all need to take a detox once in a while.
So you take a break every once in a while. I was actually thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of people that I'm following, like influencers and stuff, and they were like, I'll take a pause for a couple of weeks, and then I'll be back.
Why not?
And then I was like, actually, we could embrace that because social media itself could be really exhausting.
Yeah.
Especially Twitter. Every time I go on Twitter, I end up having a bad day.
Oh, I don't use Twitter, so I don't know. I don't know what's that.
Even if it's like Twitter is like, Twitter is like a mashed up pile of like activists, thinkers, writers, and like politics.
Yeah, continuously messing with your head.
Consciously, like on a daily basis, like war rights, women rights, right, like right, and I was
everyone's right.
And I was like, whoa.
Take a pause.
Chill. Whatever happens with like the old Twitter, it had like nice memes, nice jokes. You know what I mean? Real world facts on this day. You know what I mean? So,
on this day, this happened.
Some like stuff. The Lion King was invented. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Some stuff like that. Now it just turns to like mad, angry activists that just don't like anything about the world.
Well, if you're interested in like the social media detox, it doesn't mean you have to do it cold turkey like with everything. Just cut it off.
It's like smoking, right?
Yeah, it has to be something easy and effortless. So what can Shaheen do today to like easily and something easy and effortless to cut down on social media? That's if you want to. You have to want to first.
Hang out with Kiko and his pugs?
Yeah. And enjoying that instead of being online. Or you said about the gym thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're not motivated to go to the gym. Doesn't mean you're just going to go in there and lift all these weights. You have to, easy and effortless. What can you do? Easy and effortless, like starting this week.
I think I'll just start off with cutting down Twitter.
Okay.
And be on Instagram for a while. Instagram is like the happy world, you know what I mean?
Okay, so that's your easy and effortless step. It doesn't mean that you have
little
to
nice
jump.
pictures of the Maldives on this side.
Yeah. You don't have to jump in the deep end because it's unrealistic.
Definitely. So are you going to do another women forum down the road?
Definitely. So now that we're on...
Why not do a men forum or like general forum?
Why not?
Sorry, I'm feeling jealous here.
Yes, to be honest, that was a comment from the audience because they said there should be more men here because men run the show as well. We have people backstage until 2 a.m, or the men helping us and...
Not to somehow interfere in the idea of women privacy.
Yeah.
But if you want to empower women, I mean, you should involve men.
Well, it's not a have to. Like, Anahi will catch you on that. Definitely. Anahi, if you're listening, check this out.
We need to involve women, men in it, because it's not that idea that you guys can't do it without us. It's just, it'd be really helpful to understand what really goes through a mind of a young, independent, strong woman.
Well, that's what we want to do. So the whole point was that it wasn't women only. This is the misconception. It was that it's a women's focused event, but with women speakers for women, but men are welcome to attend to then be impressed by us.
Okay.
Not like, why should I go? It's only full of women.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing either. But the point is that anyone can talk about their inspirational story, and men or women or others can be impressed or be inspired or motivated by whoever is giving the speech or the talk.
We got around 5 minutes for the show.
Yeah.
But before we wrap it up, do you believe that somehow being involved in men talks or women talk for both genders would somehow help create some sort of a mutual understanding and how to work with each other? I've been coming across a lot of books lately that says how to understand a woman in the 21st century, and I read it and it was a lot of can we say crap?
I don't know. It's your shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we said it, but yeah, it felt really bad. I really want to reach a mutual understanding on how to deal with different genders in the 2018. You know what I mean?
Okay, well maybe that's
something
idea for something new, because if it's needed, then why not?
True.
If people out there need that and are
that's why we're gonna have another episode
potentially with G Valentina.
What is it like to be a woman in 2018? And we have some girl that was on the comments. She was like, I want to be on the show and I want to talk to her. And I was like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Because the more we understand each other, the more we could reach middle grounds
and be harmonious, right?
Harmonious.
No, we are definitely going to do another one now that we're on the map and people really enjoyed it and we got some really good feedback.
Yeah.
We're going to make it bigger and better next year. We're going to open it to more sponsors. Whoever is an inspiring woman out there, please get in touch with us from now so that we can set you up for the big stage. Sponsors wise, we need marketing people to be involved, all types of people to be involved, because the show took lots of different angles. Like we had a media partner, we had Turkish Airlines was involved and they gave away a free ticket to
Nice.
one of the winners at the end.
Turkey? To Turkey?
To anywhere in Europe.
Oh,
Anywhere
nice.
that Turkish Airlines flies, so we're really grateful for that. So this was us testing the water to see how we could be successful on a grand scale.
Okay.
And now I feel confident as a business owner because Inspire Me was opened this time last year. So in under a year I've managed to achieve this and I feel really proud of myself. And usually people don't give themselves enough credit. They just say, oh yeah, but we're doing it. And there are lots of women out there that can do it, but they're too afraid, fear of failure.
Okay.
Don't have the support that they need or whatever. So
Big shout outs to Noel. She just joined us.
did she?
Yeah. how
Hey
are you?
Noel, she was awesome by the way. Noel was on stage and she rocked up there and zoomed up the ramp, didn't you?
Big shout outs to her. I'm definitely excited. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll be a part of it. Better get an invitation.
Yeah,
You know,
you will.
then as a speaker, I feel like I want to let a lot out.
You
of
know
my
what? Actually, moderator, because we wanted a man
Yeah.
to be a
Well-
moderator, but he didn't show up. The guy that we called, so
Okay.
it doesn't mean that it's only for women. It's for everyone. It's
No. I want an invitation from me and G. We need to have like
like a little platform.
a little platform to do a little talk.
Yeah.
But until we meet again, which is gonna be next Saturday.
Can we mention that? Like, what am I doing on here? Like, people don't know that I'm not just a guest, right?
No, you're not.
What am I? What am I?
It feels like.
Say it. What am I?
Isn't it like those questions when you take a girl out for like 3 weeks and then she's like, "So what are we?" and then you're like, "I don't know," Go ahead. It's your platform.
I'm a co-host. I'm a co-host for I Heart Doha podcast. This was just the introduction that we had really late. We were supposed to do this ages ago. It's a chance for people to get to know who I am. So I'm going to be in that seat whenever next week. So
Yeah. She's definitely a big part of the podcast. She's the new face, and hopefully she's going to be with us for a very, 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 what's the word? Long
time. Inshallah.
Long time.
I'm going to be focusing on things like personal development and coaching. If you guys have heard of coaching, life coaching, business coaching, this type of stuff, but not limited to. So
Definitely, she's
hope to
not
catch
limited.
you.
We're not limited on iHeart Doha. Until we meet again, see you guys on
See ya.
Saturday. Have a
Bye.
great weekend. Bye.